Well, I want to go to this email, and this is from Nathan Kelly. And he emails into you, would you agree that the best form of government is none at all? Or put another way, the only legitimate form of governance is individual governance?
Well, I'm glad he put the last sentence on, because you always want government. Who should be the government? The perfect world, if we were all perfect people, there would only be self-government, and our responsibility would be to ourselves, and that's what my goal is, to always move in that direction. Today, to be a participant in the debate and say that tomorrow we're going to get rid of every single government, well, if one person does it and nobody else, that's not going to work. But I think we're moving to the age where governments are much less important, and I think we should. I think that people are realizing that governments mess up. I think the 20th century was such a horrible century that we're waking up to the fact that you can't trust government. You can't trust them to run the economy. You can't trust them to run the monetary system. You can't trust them to run foreign policy. I mean, it's just a total disaster. So I think the least amount of government is the best. I do not call myself an anarchist, but I think to have the goal of self-government is a very good goal. And if you can't have that, then as close to home as possible. And I think that's a natural tendency to have individuals and family government, local community government. And if you had a free society, we probably wouldn't have a lot more than that. You wouldn't have to, and our founders intended that to be. But you know, when they wrote the Constitution, and I think they planted some seeds there that have grown to the point where if the Constitution had worked perfectly, we wouldn't have this monster over here in Washington. It wouldn't exist. But all the regulations and details and taxations and abuse of the rules and the president writing laws and bashing the Congress for not speeding up, I'll write an executive order, you know, and all this, that wouldn't be true. That is the trend that we have to reverse. I'm optimistic to think that we are changing the views of a new generation. The millennials are looking at this and they're seeing what they're inheriting. I think they see a mess, and I think they're very open to the views of saying, yes, the biggest problem we have is way too much government, too much centralized government, and the more self-responsibility and self-government we have, the better.